The Chicago Bulls have dominated the NBA in this decade. Familiar images evoke vivid memories of their 4 championships in a span of 6 years. In 1991, the Bulls showed they had some magic of their own and captured their first title. The following year, Michael Jordan's greatness surprised even him. In 1993, the Bulls became the first team to win 3 straight titles in nearly 30 years. And a year ago, Jordan led the Bulls to a record 72-win season and embraced another NBA title. Michael Jordan is now in the hunt for number 5. The Utah Jazz have never played in the NBA Finals. In 12 years together, John Stockton and Karl Malone have won over 600 games, but never the big one. That changed on Thursday night when Stockton and Malone combined to write a storybook finish, bringing the elusive dream of an NBA Finals to reality. Now these two teams embark on a journey toward a goal that only one of them will reach. The NBA Finals begin tonight.
This is the NBA on NBC. The 1997 NBA Finals. Tonight, it's Game 1. The Utah Jazz versus the Chicago Bulls.
Go! What time is it? Game time! Move!
The quest has begun for the Chicago Bulls as they gun for their 5th championship the past 7 years. For the Utah Jazz, it is their first trip to the finals in the history of the franchise. And we welcome you. Hi, everybody. I'm Marv Albert, along with Matt Gukas and Bill Walton. This is a meeting of the 2 teams with the best records in the NBA during the course of the regular season. The Chicago Bulls ripping through with 69 wins, although they certainly have their ups and downs. And then come postseason, although, Matt, the record shows 11 wins and 2 defeats. They were not on track right throughout. They had some problems in the postseason.
Well, that's the amazing thing about this Chicago team. They still have not played their best basketball. But here are some factors why they can win their 5th NBA championship. It's not just the triangle offense, but their ability to score off opponents' mistakes. And then it's second shots, led by Dennis Rodman. They defend so well with their experience and quickness, and they have taken advantage on this home court over the last 2 years, winning 17 of 18. And let's not forget Michael Jordan. His shooting has been streaky lately, but he makes up for it defensively and on the board. And it's hard to go against Michael Jordan and home court advantage, but with a subpar Scottie Pippen, I think Utah has an excellent chance to grab one of these first 2 games.
And Bill, for the Utah Jazz, it was a franchise record 64 victory season. They run through the playoffs in magnificent fashion. And here they are all set up. It's a genuine shot for Karl Malone and John Stockton.
Marv, a perfect season for Utah, but you don't get to this stage without absolutely an MVP player, and that has been Karl Malone throughout this season, start to finish. He is the game's best runner, the game's best shooter for the big man. He's the game's best passing big man. He's got the complete arsenal. He's their go-to guy. He will have the ball early, often, wherever down low. And then there's John Stockton. He's the little man out in front, the quiet guy, but this guy is deceptively tough. He does it all. He's become much more of a scorer lately. He does, though, whatever is needed. The big thing for Utah is that they have to realize that their game, great as it is, that's enough. They don't have to do anything special. Just play the way Utah always plays. They'll be right there, Marv.
All right, so coming up, it is Game 1 of the NBA Finals. The best of 7 about to get underway when we come back in a moment. The always unique introduction of the starting lineups here in Chicago.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Miller Lite, who reminds you that anything can happen at Miller time. By the Ford F-150, strength after strength after strength. And by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. You don't have to live thirsty. Life is a sport. Drink it up.
A 58-degree cloudy day in the Windy City, early evening in Chicago. And as always, we are joined by double coverage on the sideline. Ahmad Rashad and Jim Gray. Let's start with Ahmad.
All right, thanks, Marv. Now, Matt had mentioned in the open that the Chicago Bulls had not played their best basketball, and that is the center of concern for Michael Jordan. He told me that they have been very inconsistent offensively. He said they have made it through the playoffs to this point, playing well in bits and spurts, but he realizes that is not what it's going to take to get them past this Utah team. Now, in terms of Scottie Pippen has a soft tissue injury on his left foot, and he says he's going to warm up and see how it feels, and it'll be a game-time decision whether or not he will start. All right, let's go down to Jim.
All right, thank you very much, Ahmad. Well, I spoke to Karl Malone, and he told his team that being here is not enough. They expect and want to very badly win the championship. He told his teammates, hey, guys, we cannot be in awe of the Bulls. We cannot stand around and watch the Michael Jordan show. If we do, we're going to get blown out. He went on to tell me that they must match the intensity and not get rattled here in the United Center. He also said that we're a lot like the Green Bay Packers, old-fashioned from a small town. We're just going to come out and earn this thing. And finally, he said, hey, everybody's talking about the Chicago Bulls, but they've got to pay attention to us. We've got some great players, and I like our chances. Marv?
All right, thank you, Jim. And we're now set for the introduction of the lineups. And let's join in with the magic tones of the voice of the public address here at the United Center, Ray Clay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Chicago Bulls welcome the world's greatest fans to the United Center and the 1997 NBA Finals. Tonight's Game 1 of the NBA Finals is between the Utah Jazz and your Chicago Bulls. Now, let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Utah Jazz, at one forward from Long Beach State, 6'7", Brian Russell. At the other forward, 6'9", from Louisiana Tech, Karl Malone. At center, 7'2", out of Kansas, Greg Ostertag. At one guard, 6'1", from Gonzaga, John Stockton. And the other guard from Iowa State, 6'4", Jeff Hornacek. The Utah Jazz are coached by Jerry Sloan.
Well, as you heard in the introduction of the lineup, Scottie Pippen, who was a question mark, is in the Chicago starting five, still feeling pain from the soft tissue injury in the bottom of his left foot, but he will give it a shot. Right now we have a special announcement. We'll rejoin the public address announcer, Ray Clay.
gentlemen, please direct your attention to center court. We are honored to have with us tonight one of the world's greatest living sports heroes and a national treasure. Please join us now in paying tribute to and welcoming the greatest heavyweight champion of all time, Mr. Muhammad Ali.
Well, the chant from this capacity crowd for Muhammad Ali is reminiscent of his emotional appearance at the Atlanta Olympic Games this past summer. You know, guys, maybe this may be the only athlete in the world more famous, better known than Michael Jordan is that man, Muhammad Ali.
And Michael Jordan, Marv, spent time with Muhammad Ali for the first time in their lives. They got together behind the scenes in one of the locker rooms. It was a very moving moment today for Michael and Muhammad.
Oh, we saw Muhammad Ali at the gold medal game in Atlanta in this summer's Olympics, and you got the feeling that every player was looking for a photo opportunity, wanting just to be next to him and shake his hand and be a part of that ceremony.
The officials, Bill Oakes, Dan Crawford, Ed T. Rush. Let's keep an eye on Michael Jordan. Will he shake hands with Karl Malone? You recall the last game of the series between Chicago and Miami. Yeah, there it is. All right. No question about it here. Little touch between Jordan and Malone. It was not the Alonzo Mourning treatment. Game 1 of this best of 7 NBA final. Rick Ostertag and Luke Longley on the opening tip, and it was controlled by the Bulls.